Hello, my name is Kathleen and welcome to Play and Learn. I would like to say Dia Gowit and Falcha. Those are some Irish words you might know if you've been here before. Dia Gowit means hello and Falcha means welcome in Irish. Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you came to see me today. I have a lot to share with you. First, we're going to read a book called The Little Black Sheep of Connemara. Then we're going to do a craft making our own sheep. And then we'll learn one more word from the Irish language. Are you ready? Let's jump into the book. Once there was a shepherd who lived far, far away in the mountains. He had a sheepdog called Polo, who helped him look after the sheep. Polo watched the sheep while the shepherd sat on a mossy rock and knitted. He knitted the socks and scarves and pullovers and blankets he made from pure sheep's wool and sold them at the village market. When the shepherd noticed that a sheep was straying too far from the flock, he took out a wooden whistle and blew it. Whee! This was to tell Polo to run after the sheep and chase it back to the others. Polo felt very important then. At sunset, the shepherd blew his whistle again. Wee, wee! This meant that Polo should round up the sheep and chase them into the field. As they jumped over the stile, the shepherd counted them to make sure they were all there. All the sheep were white except one, the little black sheep. When Polo barked, all to the left, or right turn, or halt, they all did what they were told. All, that is, except the little black one, who often turned to the left when he should turn to the right because he was thinking of something else. This annoyed Polo. That black sheep does not do what he is told, Polo said to the shepherd, and he thinks too much. Sheep don't need to think. I think for them. The little black sheep wished he were like the others. Polo sees my mistakes because I'm black, he said to the shepherd. Could you please knit me a little white jacket so that I am the same as all the others? Oh no, said the shepherd. You are a very handy little sheep. When I count you all jumping into the fold, I could fall asleep. But I am always jerked awake by my little black sheep jumping over the stile, especially if you stumble. Polo, however, liked all his flock to be just the same. You just wait, he snarled at the black sheep. I'll see that you are sold after shearing time. Then we'll have a nice, tidy flock. The little black sheep looked wistfully at the little white, fleecy clouds in the sky. The shepherd says that they are all souls of good little sheep, he thought. Maybe one day I'll be a little white cloud too. Then he noticed that the sky was growing dark behind the mountains. It's going to rain, he called. I'll tell you when it's going to rain, snapped Polo. Soon after, a sudden storm broke, with hail and wind and snow. My knitting will be ruined, cried the shepherd. Come on, Polo, we must run for shelter. They ran to the shepherd's little hut. The sheep will be all right. They have their nice woolly coats. The shepherd made a cozy fire to dry his things, and had a hot drink or two. Night fell. We'll see the sheep tomorrow, said the shepherd. No need to worry, said Polo. They'll stay where they are because I'm not there to tell them what to do. And he stretched out beside the fire. Meanwhile, the sheep were getting nervous and upset. Where is Polo? They belted. What are we to do? We must look for shelter, said the little black sheep. Follow me. I think I know where there's a cave. He led them up the hill to where there were some hollow rocks with an overhanging ledge. We must stay close together and keep each other warm. I'll look out for the shepherd when it's light, said the little black sheep. The next morning, the snow had stopped falling, but as far as the eye could see, all was white. Finding sheep today is like trying to find an ice cream dropped near the North Pole, said the shepherd. I am a bad shepherd, he sighed, and he wished he had not slept for so long the night before. Now I've lost all my sheep. And how will they manage without me, said Polo. Then they saw a black spot at the top of the hill. Polo, cried the shepherd. Perhaps that is our little black sheep. They hurried towards the black spot. Under the ledge of the rock, they found all the sheep safe and sound. There were great celebrations. My little black sheep, said the shepherd fondly. But for you, I might not have found my flock. Well, maybe he is useful as a landmark, if nothing else, growled Polo jealously. The sun came out and the snow melted. Form ranks, forward march, barked Polo. The shepherd carried the little black sheep down the hill. I always said you were a handy little sheep, he said. When shearing time came, the shepherd put wool into sacks. There were 10 sacks of white wool and 1 little sack of black wool. Now, how about selling that black sheep, said Polo. Then we would have a nice tidy flock. No, indeed, said the shepherd. I have a much better idea. I could knit lovely patterns out of the black and white wool. He knitted patterned socks and scarves and blankets and sold them for a good price at the market. With the money, he bought some more black sheep. Soon he had a flock of black and white and spotted sheep. Each one was different, and that was nice, because now they were all the same. I hope you enjoyed that story. I know I did. Now we're going to make a sheep of our very own. Are you ready? Let's do it. I hope you made a sheep of your very own, and if you did, you can have an adult share it with us on social media or email it to info@irishchicago.org. Now that we've heard all about sheep, do you want to learn how to say the word sheep in Irish? It's culla. Can you say that with me? Culla means sheep. Very good. Do you remember the words we learned at the beginning of the episode? Do you remember what falcha means? Welcome. Very good. And what about diagawit? That means hello. Very good. Now our last word is slán. That means goodbye. Thank you so much for coming to see me today. Slán.